So welcome back to part 2 of the 5 noob mistakes that you should never make. One thing I want to highlight today is that wiring problems. Let me put this in the easier, like a story for you to understand. So what happened was that, you go into a place and then you say, okay, I'm going to do every wiring and all this to install it to your car. But sometimes you may need to ask what type of wiring. So now I'm just going to go through a very simple type of wiring. Copper wiring and rubbish wiring. So basically, it looks like copper right here, right? But when you turn it and you cut it, it has silvery strands at the top. I call this mixed copper. Low quality copper, right? What will happen if you use this for a long term? Basically, when current travels through this too much or too long, it will turn into dust. I'm not sure if there's any one of you guys ever met this type of issue, but wiring does make a difference in your car sound system. You wouldn't want to use or get conned on using low quality wires. Now, another difference is that what I can show you, a pure copper wiring will look like this, right? When you look at this, it's basically pure copper. You can see how shiny it is. There isn't any silver strands or anything in the middle of it as compared to the ones that I showed you just now, right? And this, it weighs heavy. These are pure copper wiring and it takes a very long time for this to even disintegrate, and some say it might not even. When you shop for wiring, especially power cables, please ask what type of power cables are you getting, because most of the time, though you can feel that maybe copper wiring is expensive, but a little bit extra, it really makes a difference, because you do not want to end up with a lousy wiring or a cheap wiring, and this is seriously really light, and end up after playing for maybe a few months or a year, you feel that, hey, why am I not getting the power that I used to get when I first purchased or upgraded the sound system? And you look at it, you remove it, and you can see there's a lot of dust, a lot of disintegration from a cheap wiring that will just drop like dust. So this is one of the mistakes that I've made before. I've been there, done that. So always look for good quality wiring. Don't skim on good wiring. It doesn't need to cost like a few $1,000s because, or a few $100s per meter, because it could be just branding. But at the end of the day, if you know that it is a full copper wiring, you are always safe. Right, so this is one of the common, I won't say most, but I think this would probably be, I can act it like a guide. What happened was that, I could have just walked into a place or a store and say, hey, you know what? I have $5,000, I want the best system. So what will happen is that, okay, so I will recommend you A, B, C, D, E, okay, this one 5,000. But at the end of the day, right, what is king to you? What is good sounding to you? A good salesperson or someone that is understanding of your needs would always ask you, hey, what type of music do you actually listen to? What are the brands that you are actually, that you like? What kind of setup do you actually want? One of the mistakes of this is that, not knowing what you want. On different music genres, certain speakers plays better. What you need and what you do not need needs to be advised, because you wouldn't want to go into a place and purchase something, a $5,000 purchase, without actually understanding what are the pros and what are the cons of each and on probably particularly 2 or 3 different type of setup as per, recommendation. If you're just gonna give them vague type of requirements, then you definitely will be getting not what you want, or probably really lousy recommendation, or either the listening style that doesn't suit you. So always be prepared to tell them what exactly you want, do some research on it. If you really do not know what you want, visit a good tuner or a good store that could spend time with you to actually understand your needs before giving you a recommendation. Because most of the time when we do this kind of thing and we are not sure what we want, people might just take advantage of it, because at the end of the day, they want to make your sale. Perhaps maybe you are the kind that listen to a lot of bass, you love hip-hop type of music, and the installer installs an under-seat subwoofer for you. I don't think so that will give you the kick that you want. You probably would want a custom subwoofer box or a 12-inch subwoofer with a custom subwoofer box that can give you that kind of low bass that you want, that you listen to in a hip-hop type of music. But if I'm going to install this type of subwoofer into your car, which gives you really powerful bass, and you listen to classical type of music, what kind of expression or impression that you will give me after you listen to your classical music with this type of bass setup? So try to avoid this type of mistakes, because these are costly mistakes. And you end up being angry, the tuner wouldn't like you, and things like that. So communications is one of the key to purchase a sound system that you would actually enjoy. Yeah, this is like the end of the video. No matter what, we still do mistakes, we are human. You can always contact us and we can help you fix things up, right? We can fix a noob to become a pro. Hope you like this video, so please help me like, share, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. So don't do these 5 noob mistakes. Just don't do it lah. Bye bye.